Hey everyone, it's Wardude. Just wanted to put out a video explaining my Warlock Lasher farm because I noticed that there wasn't one that was updated for the new patch with the new talents that I noticed. And I also include the boss as well as the packs of Hellcaller Imps to potentially get some Fellcloth as well. So, as far as talents go, I do 31 into Demonology and 20 into Affliction. Um, in Demonology, I basically run the Master Conjurer for the increased Health Stone. I'll do Demonic Embrace for 5 points to increase my total stamina. I do Soul Entrapment as well as Demonic Sacrifice. 3 points into Demonic Aegis for the defense. 5 points into Fell Stamina because we're going to be running the Voidwalker here to split the damage. So the tankier that I and the Voidwalker are, the better. I typically do Fell Domination and Master Summoner. Mainly if my Voidwalker dies or if I get into any trouble down there, I can just sack it and then I'll have my bubble and then I'll be able to resummon it pretty quick. 2 points into Improve Hellstones, which is key here because you get the 50% from your Fellstone, which is your main source of health back, the way I do it anyway. Then I do 1 point into Power Overwhelming, 5 points into Master Demonologist, and then Soul Link, obviously. As far as Affliction goes, I'll do 5 points into Suppression, 5 points into Corruption so I can get the instant Corruption, 2 points into Improved Life Tap, 3 points into Improved Curse of Agony for the Curse of Agony damage. And this one, I do Fell Concentration because I like to drain health and I also like to drain soul, but you could also put 2 points into Grim Reach to get the extra distance on your Affliction spells. 2 points into Nightfall for the procs, and then I just put a point into Curse of Exhaustion because I needed it to get to Nightfall. As far as gear goes, I'm pretty much in T3, but I was doing this at T2. So you could do this in tier 2. The tankier stuff, the better. Ideally, you would want to get a full vamp set, which is like the most ideal way to do this because then you don't really have to rest as much. I just bring a few stacks of oranges and I rest between each pack and eat. I'm not going for 5 lockouts an hour, really. I'm just here to kind of make a bit of money on the side and to show you that you don't need like the max stuff to do it. And I mean, ideally the better gear you have, the more spell power, the quicker you'll get through it and the more survivability you'll have. But you can do this in T1, T2 stuff. It'll just it'll be a bit more dangerous and take a little bit more time. That being said, to get started, you're going to want to have a second character, either a friend or an alt. And you're going to want to make them party leader. I typically set them as party leader and put it on free-for-all so I don't have to roll for stuff when I'm in there. And I'll show you my pathing. So for buffs, we're going to summon our Voidwalker, Demon Armor. I'm going to create a Fellstone. I typically create a Soulstone and a Hellstone too, just for oh shit moments. So I'll do that. I'll equip my Fellstone, equip my Soulstone, and we'll get in there. To maximize your output, you probably want to have Herbalism up to max because, as you can see, you can get a bunch of Dreamfoil in here. And the Dreamfoils do have a chance of dropping Black Lotuses. So you're just going to drop down here. And I typically like to eat right away, obviously, because I can't pull the packs right off the bat. There are people that pull this pack in front and the one on the right together. and you can go faster, but I usually do them one at a time. So lucky enough we got this right here. I'll just loot this first. And then I'm going to pull this pack, run back here, and you want to put your back against the wall so that you don't take crit damage from them. And you're just going to Hellfire. Usually takes about 2 Hellfires to get them all the way down. And as you can see, my health's going down, but it's also going up with all the procs from the Fellstone. And then you just loot up. And then here, if you had the full vamp set, you probably wouldn't need to eat because you'd be getting your health back. You'd really only have to stop for mana, and even then you could life tap and pretty much continue. It's ideal, but not necessary. So then I'll tag this guy, look at him, bring him around here. That'll pull the pack to the right. And again, as they get close, I'm just going to start hellfiring. That's going to run down. Usually you'll see like one or two of them are like a bit higher health. You can stop your hellfire when they all die and drain soul the last couple ones if you wanted to get some more soul stones back. But not necessary. I'm also Enchanter too, and that's another great thing about being Enchanter in here. A lot of the 50 plus will drop the Greater Arcana. There you go. Lesser Eternal Essence, sorry. You do get a couple of Greater Eternal Essences as well, and those are going for a decent chunk of change. So is the Dream Dust, actually. I think a full stack of Dream Dust is going for like 7 gold currently. So you're going to watch out for this padding pack right here. That one's going to run around the pillar, but here you're pretty safe to just run to the next pillar right here. And this is where I usually eat, and I'll pull this pack in front of us, again putting my back up against this wall on the right. I'll show you that here in a minute. And you just kind of look down, wait for them to get here. Hellfire. Hellfire again. And loot up. Is that it? I think there might be one under him. No. Alright, that's it. Now we're going to move to the next pack. You're going to want to watch here. This pack here will pat right in front of us, so we're going to want to wait for it to go by. That's the only one you really have to worry about here. So just wait for it to pat by. Once we get to the next pillar over there, we're pretty much safe to eat and pull. It is pretty tight, so if you're worried about pulling, maybe eat before. But I usually eat whenever I get right about here. Sit on this corner here. And then I'll eat and pull this pack right in front of me. What's that there? Grom's Blood. I probably won't go for the Grom's Blood. I mean, you can. It's free, but they're just not worth it, really. Not until they go back up anyway, since they released the weekly quests. I think they nerfed it a bit, though, because I haven't been seeing as many herbs in them lately, but since they started adding those in there, Grom's Blood has gone down from like 1 gold to like 10 silver each. So I mean, it's good if you need them, or if you want to make some Mighty Rage or whatever you need for that. By all means, go ahead and pick that up. So here we should be good. We're gonna run right in front of Old Ironbark here, avoiding this pack on the left. And here you are safe to eat again. So we're gonna eat. Now again, if you had a decent set, you wouldn't need to eat as much as I do. You'd be able to go a lot faster, but I like to take my time. So wait for this pack in front to pat around these lashers, and then we're going to run up. We're going to grab this guy, and then we're just going to put our back up to Ironbark and start blasting. Simple as that. I mean, there really isn't much to it. It can be pretty intimidating, at least it was for me at first, you know, not knowing what you're doing, but with the Soul Stone, you're usually pretty good to, you know, have that security and you'll be fine. Sometimes there is a dream foil that'll spawn right here in front of this guy. He does pat back a bit. There is a way to get it without aggroing him, but I'm not very good at it. So a lot of times I'll save my Soul Stone for that because he will absolutely murder you. But I have gotten Black Lotuses and 3 Dream Foils out of it. So definitely a death worth, you know, the repair cost. So now that these guys are padding back to the left, we can cross. And we will pick this up right here. I'm lagging pretty good here with the 2 clients running. And I think we got time to go. So we're gonna cross here. And we're gonna pick this pack up and place our back up against the wall here. Loot up. Now here there are 2 spots where the tome can drop, that you can get tomes here, and then on the other pillar right in front of us here. Where's my mouse? God, I'm lagging like a motherfucker. Right here. And those have a chance to drop the books for the class books, which are pretty good. Alright, so now that I am all healed up, I'm going to run around this pillar here and pick up this pack of Lashers. Whoops, missed them. Come on. There you go. And I'm going to pull them to this back wall here. This is pretty standard. This is like, there's 2 different routes you could take, obviously. This is the one I like to take because it's pretty straightforward. I was doing the other route and I kept forgetting the 1 pack between Ironbark and like where you drop off. No, my inventory's full, so I will. Where's my little guy here? It's always good to have your repair bot if you have one. And I'm just going to start selling a bunch of stuff that doesn't really go for much on the auction house. And I will also disenchant this. Save up some space. And we'll keep going. So now we're going to run back towards the... Oh no, I'm going to die. No, oh my god, we made it. Yeah, watch for that pat. Now we're going to run back here. There's going to be a satyr that pats around here. I usually like to take care of him first while I still have my Voidwalker up. And he has a chance to drop a Felcloth, so always nice to get him. You can avoid him if you want, but he usually sneaks up on you, so it's always nice to take care of him. Plus, I mean, Felcloth's hard to pass up too if he drops one. There's that Nightfall proc, and we didn't get a Felcloth. But I will eat, and then we'll go take care of the last Lasher pack, and then it'll be on to the boss. So you run up along this wall here on the left. You don't have to worry about aggroing anything. If you just hug the wall, you should be fine. And then again, back up against the wall, Hellfire. And that takes care of the Lasher backs. So you could, if you're not comfortable doing this next part, you could just end the run there and still get a decent amount of gold. But the Hellcallers and the Satyrs are definitely worth taking out. So what we're gonna do now is sack our Void Walker because we don't need him anymore. He's gonna pull a bunch of shit if we take him into the next room. And that'll give us the 3% health. Alright, sorry, I had some technical difficulties there with the lag. So once you're here, you have the 3% health restore from sacking your Voidwalker. You're going to want to hug this right wall, cut around the right, keep hugging the wall because we don't want to pull this guy on the left here. And then we are going to come around here and we're going to go get Hydrospawn. So he's in a nice spot right now. Once he gets out here, I like to hit him with an Immolate. You don't have to, but I like to hit him with one because it's free. And then you just dot him. Take him back to this back pillar, and you run around the pillar and just kite him around the pillar until he dies. It's super simple. Can be intimidating when he spawns the two little minions. You know, they can knock you back and stuff, but I usually just death coil one of them and then dot the other one, and they're pretty much dead. They don't have a lot of health. But yeah, just this is probably the longest part of the run. Is just dotting them and running away. So there they are. Death coil one, dot the other one, keep running, and then it dies. Then I'll focus Hydrospawn again, and that's pretty much the hardest bit. If you can survive that, you're pretty much golden, Pony Boy. Keep running around. Now, if I'm not 100% sure if you have the vamp set, if you just stand and bang with them, you might be able to, but I mean, this is safe and you're not going to pull anything. There's a Nightfall proc. Those are always nice to see. Now, you have to take care of Hydrospawn to do the Imps anyway, so... And plus, he'll drop a blue. If you're not enchanting, I mean, you could sell them for, you know, just raw gold. But he does have chance to drop, like, Globe of Water, Elemental Water, Essence of Water, all these things that are worth... I mean, they're not, you know, useless, so... You could sell those, but... definitely worth disenchanting a couple of the blues that he drops. He's also dropped books as well, which is worth it. There's a couple of them that go for like 10 to 20 gold depending. Oh, no mana. Cheeky little Nightfall. Let's just take him out here. Alright, what we get? Ah, green boots. But they do have a chance to give me greater Eternals. And I got an illusion. Let's just empty this out. You're better off doing this with a bot, because as you can see, your inventory does get pretty quick. I mean, you can just like drop all the other stuff that you don't need. But ideally, if you have like the bots, you'll be able to come out with more stuff. Let's do a quick organization here because I'm OCD, and yeah, we'll eat up, and I'll show you how to do the Hellcallers. The Hellcallers took me a minute to understand the best way to do it. I was going in and just ripping aggro and dying a lot to them. So what you're going to want to do is target the Hellcaller, get into range, and enslave Demon. What I like to do, as soon as he's enslaved, is put him on passive, run him back here, and then use his Rain of Fire. And then once the Rain of Fire is going, I'll throw him on defensive again. And then you're just going to keep spamming his Rain of Fire. You could spam yours as well, but I like to wait until he's lower. So depending on how much damage you do, you might just want to spam the Hellcaller's Rain of Fire instead of yours. Or instead of both of them, should I say. Because they're kind of a pain in the ass to kill on their own. But when they get close, when it gets down enough, I usually will dismiss it like this, and then I'll do both. And then that usually takes care of it, and of course he's going to run into the other mob. No, god damn it. Oh my god, does it not pull? It doesn't aggro. Okay, well, that is good to know. I did that a little too soon, but we'll let it come in a bit closer here and we'll take care of that. That was lucky as hell. I'm surprised. I thought I was dead there, but lucky for us. Oh, there's a traveler backpack. And no... Oh, one more. Yeah. No fell cloth on that one, but we did get a traveler's backpack, so that's nice. There are ghost mushrooms that spawn over here, so at this point you can go grab that. And then there's obviously this Grom's blood that spawns here, which I'll pick up. And we will eat. And then we'll grab this next pack in front of us here. Now there's a total of 4 packs of Hellspawn, Hellcallers, and Imps. And then 2 Satyrs that roam. I'll show you the second one after this here. So Enslaved Demon. Put him on passive to bring him towards you. Drop the Hellfire, put him back on defensive so that whenever an Imp dies, he'll just start attacking it. And rinse and repeat. What I did wrong the last time was I should have started my Rain of Fire before dismissing the Hellcaller. Then I wouldn't have had to scramble the way I did. So then we dismiss. He's gonna run. We're just gonna attack him. Loot up. Oh, there was a Fellcloth right there. And we got these Greaves too, and no Fellcloth on him. But you do get a lot of Runecloth as well. See, I already have a stack of Runecloth. Let's see what these Greaves give us. Level 53, so... Oh, Large Brilliant. Nice. Not as good as Greater Eternals, but we'll take it. You probably don't have to eat up as much, but I mean, I got enough oranges right now. I can afford to. So yeah, for this one, you're gonna want to tuck yourself between this pillar and this wall, and you're gonna snipe them from here. And I like to bring them out here. You don't necessarily have to. You can tank them where they are, but I like to bring them here just because they got a bit more room to run around if you mess up. I think the biggest thing about this is just don't panic, you know? The Hellcaller will pick them up. And I mean, feel free to start Hellfiring as well because of your Fellstone. You'll get health back as well on each tick, so. But I like to mainly use the Hellcaller to down the Imps as much as possible before dismissing them. Now this is the ideal way to, ah shit. No, okay, we're good. A little bit more damage there. I'm still working on it, but nothing. After this, there is a Grom's Blood that spawns in here, and then at the end you could hug the wall and there is a Ghost Mushroom that spawns down there. So you can hug this wall and avoid those packs and go grab that. Alright, so now that we're all fed, we're going to cut across here and hug this right wall. You're going to want to jump up on this side here and just make your way around this lash. Keep hugging the wall until you get to this back hallway. And then in this hallway is the next satyr that can, well, you kind of have to kill it because it just patrols this whole hallway. So he should be somewhere in here. There he is. So we're just going to fight him in here, dot him up, fear him away, and then just take him down. Nothing. So then we move up towards this next boss for the last satyr pack, or sorry, the last imp pack. And there's two ways to do this. You could kill all the imps in this room and then bring the Hellcaller around this corner and do the same thing you did with that satyr, where you can just fear him in the hallway without pulling, or you can just kill them all out there. It's really up to you and what you're comfortable with. So we're going to go in here, we're going to hug the right, get close enough, enslave, bring him back, drop the Hellfire, and I like to, this pack has an extra imp in it, so I like to hit it with a Hellfire of my own, just to get a bit more health. And then just finish him off with the Hellcaller. And then I'm going to bring him back here, dismiss him here, fear. And that's the farm. Go loot up. Grab all these guys. Damn. Nothing. I think the most Fellcloth I made it out of here with is 5, but you can easily get 3. And There is a ghost mushroom that spawns up here as well. If you hug this wall, you can go right around here, and it spawns between these two rocks, and you can get it here safely without pulling the boss. And then to finish, you will just slash camp. And then once you log out, swap to your other character and reset the instance, and then log back in, and it'll put you at the entrance to Dire Mall West. Swap over to your other character. Wait for him to log out. Ah, shit. I need to make myself leader here. Road to leader. There we go. So now that I'm leader, I can reset it while they're gone. Okay. Now you go down, reset all instances, swap back to your other character, log in. And then it'll put you at the Dire Mall West doors. And then you can just rinse and repeat, run back in, go do it again. Now again, you don't need to have your second character here. I just have the mailbox and the auctioneer on that other character, so I like to have it there. I'll just dump all my stuff on that character and then head back in for another one. Ideally, if you have, you know, auctioneer, mailbox, all that stuff on you, you could just fire it off to an alt or sell it right on the spot. But that's pretty much it. Rinse and repeat. And oh yeah, just to show you kind of everything we got in one run here. So yeah, for what we got, man, not bad. You know, 7 dream foil, 4 golden Sams, some briar thorn, ghost mushrooms. We got 3 of those. 5 fade leaves, traveler's backpack, some Grom's blood, which not worth that much, but still. 3 mountain silver sage, you know, the ember stones, the cloth, fell cloth, and a large brilliant shard. I mean, yeah, sell it all, enjoy your gold, and that's pretty much the farm. Rinse and repeat, and have fun. Little side note I forgot to mention here. So I am herbalist on my warlock, but on my warrior I maxed out alchemy just so that I can be self-sufficient with making my raid consumes for the week. And in one run, you know, I can make pretty much most of my raid consumes. So you know, you can get you know, your greater arcane protection potions for Kara. For my warlock, you know, my greater arcane essences or elixirs, sorry. Elixir of shadow power from the ghost mushrooms. If you're melee, then you have, you know, your mongoose, sages. Like a lot of the materials for the raid consumes drop in here. Major troll's blood if you like to run that. Even rejuves, you know. So it's definitely worth doing. You know, after 2-3 runs, you'll have a couple stacks of what you need. So I mean, you don't really need to spend all that money on buying your raid consumes. You could be fully self-sufficient by doing, you know, a level 55 dungeon. So just wanted to add that in there as well.